It's good to see you guys. I'm way frustrated, man. It's angry, you know. That's a hurt locker room. You know, the thing that strikes me is we're in a position to get a stop and get the ball back to our offense to go win the game, and we just couldn't do it. Whether it's a yard short here or a guy less there, or we didn't make this communication here, it's just so frustrating. And you know, we got ourselves in position and we couldn't do it. So that falls on me, and that's hard to take. Take any questions you guys got.
Is there something that's not, I don't know, translating? Because you talk about good practices, all of this, and then it, doesn't really show up in a game all the time. What's the disconnect?
Yeah, I think the things that, whether it's specifically for defense, the things that we're showing them in practice are all kind of fitted up. We all walk it through. We all execute it and try to get it as fast as we can. It's not going to be ever the tempo that we're going to see tonight, but try to get as fast as we can. And I mean, those things, they're positive, and the practices are intense, and it's like, everyone comes in here at the start thinking that it ain't going to be like how this just was. And so there is something that's not connecting, and we've got to get it to connect because we got a good team. I still believe in this team, and we got a lot of work still to do to get that connection.
The way Cincinnati takes care of the ball, I'm guessing, couldn't turn it over. I think they scored 14 on your 2 turnovers.
Yeah. You talk about just not starting as fast as we need to, and you talk about the turnovers, those have been consistent with our ills, and we have to get that fixed. I have to get that fixed. That's holding us back from some wins that we need and some momentum that we probably need even more. And so I think we have to fix it. But I think despite all of it, the fight to kind of get into the mix at the end has been something to see. But I told them in there, you can't live the way we're living. It's not sustainable. We have to play better as a team than what we're playing right now.
Sawyer on the offense started to get going late in the first half and it continued into the third. But what contributed, do you think, to that? Just not able to. Was it what they were doing, what you were doing to get off to that fast start?
Yeah, I think it's. I think there's guys that put a lot of pressure on themselves and try to go make the play by themselves, maybe outside of this or that. And I think there's guys that, if there's a different look or a different wrinkle, it kind of hesitates some guys. I don't think it's really anything of a negative sort. If anything, guys are trying to do right too much. So you need to have a balance of guys are doing the right thing, but they're in the lane of playing free, playing green, where they can have the confidence to go out and play aggressive and fast. We have to find that balance.
Are you getting that from Michael Turner, seems like?
Yes, yeah. He's one where, hey, the lights are bright and the moment's big, and he shows up even bigger. And so that's really good to see. I think we got to get some more guys in the Michael Turner category.
What's the next step that he can take?
I think continue to improve in pass protection. There's a few, I can think of 2 right now, where there's pressure and he's getting threatened and he's where we need him to be. We just got to get that more consistent than what it is right now, and I think that'll really improve his game. But the contributions that he's having, and the time that he's in there in critical moments and critical situations, he's showing up for us.
What went into the change on the offensive line, putting Sean in at left tackle?
We needed a spark. We needed, some of the mistakes that were plaguing us in the last couple games, where there was a common theme there, and we weren't getting it. We weren't getting it fixed. It'd be similar, practice-wise, there'd be some positivity and some things to look forward to. We get to a game, it'd be the same thing, and so the last step that we got is to be able to make a change at that position, and so we'll continue to look at that. Every stone will be turned over, try to get the best that we can on the field.
Overall, was the line better?
There's positive stuff on there. I'd have to look at the film. I think there's times that we got movement, in the run game. I think early on we could have been better at pushing piles and getting more yards per carry that first quarter.
Their defensive line looks like, I mean, they're pushing y'all back almost every play. Are they just that good?
They're a good unit, and they've got guys that are real positive for them in the A and B gaps, meaning they take a gap and a half. But we need to block them, and we need to, and there's times in the end of the second and really the third where we were pushing piles and moving them. So if we do it then, we can do it, in the first quarter when we start the game.
Did Bryson get hurt in the first half, or were you just riding? He didn't play in the second half, I don't think. Or were you just riding hot air?
Yeah, he's being evaluated right now, so we'll see. Bryson's this season has been very difficult for him. I think his heart and soul is out there with the guys on the field, and it's been a whole bunch of injured body parts that are holding him back, and so that boy's fight is something to see. And so we'll see kind of by Monday, we'll see where that's at.
Other than him, anybody that you're worried about or came out pretty injury-free?
Injury-free, yeah.
You said, this was 4th and 1.
Yeah.
Where does this team go from here? Where do you go from here?
I think we have to look at the things that are constantly plaguing us, and we got to look at the things that we've tried to do to fix it. And we've got to be able to say, hey, man, this is not working. Here's the things that where we need to go next. Here's the attitude that we got to demand from our players and our coaches, and we got to be able to take that next step. This team has a lot of talent. This team's got a lot of care factor. There's guys on this team that have just so matured from the individual that they were prior to coming here. There's guys on this team that academically are just taking off. There's guys on this team that have individual accolades. You've got to be able to get it in the team component, and it's not clicking right now. We got to do whatever we can to get it to click, because this team deserves that.
Does that leadership maybe keep you from worrying about losing the team, quote unquote?
Yeah, it's a pretty tight team, and I think there's guys that really, really care, and they're really devoted to each other and to Baylor and to this team. And so, with Sawyer and KT and Devin and Omar and all these guys, Josh Cameron, it's going to be strong. We just need to win. We need to win pretty bad.
Josh, I guess down 24-0, y'all got it back to one score. What's the belief factor like at that point?
Yeah, the belief factor is always there. Like I was saying kind of before, like this team, we're all just fighters at the end of the day. So we saw we were in the hole again. The goal is to just kind of keep on clawing back.
I know at one point, how many ever targets you had, you caught every pass, had penalties on the other ones.
Yeah.
Was that a part of the game plan, or was that just kind of what Sawyer saw?
Yeah, just kind of what he saw, what they were giving us. We talked about it kind of all week, just kind of how they play in those situations. So, and then kind of like my own kind of film study, I saw those different matchups whenever they were pressed, and knew it was going to be coming my way. So just trying to take advantage when we got those looks.
What did Coach Aranda tell you guys after the game, and kind of where do you go from here?
Yeah, really just saying, like, obviously, like, we're better than what we put on the field today. There's still belief. Shoot, you can only do so much talking at that point. It's just about actually doing it. So that's like the main thing moving forward as a team. Let's go out there. Let's put our head down and just keep on fighting. Let's go get this bowl game.
There are some goals that are no longer there. What is kind of the mindset, or what do you focus on now in these last 4 games?
Yeah, like I was saying, just playing the best that we can, get the best bowl game that we can. Because at the end of the day, there's so many guys, so many seniors on this team that have dreams and aspirations to go into the next level. So putting that on tape, having the scouts still take notice, still take watch, and just keep on dominating after that.
What clicked? I think it was on that last drive of the first half.
Yeah.
I think first 4 drives, y'all had like 66 yards, had 75 on that one. What clicked in that drive?
Yeah, I would just say really just putting a drive together. really just being on our details, relaxing, seeing what they were giving us, really just playing the ball that we know we can play.
Is it frustrating at all when the offense almost has to be perfect every single drive? How hard is that to overcome?
I would say really it's a team effort at that point. Offensively, we got to be better. Whenever the defense gives us a chance to make a play, make a stand, we got to go out there and execute. So it really, the offense, defense, special teams, they all go hand in hand. So we just got to be better in all phases.
Jacob, I guess, how disappointing is that loss, especially with, it kind of felt like this was kind of almost a must-win. Like, what was the message after that game?
I mean, I feel like we've done a lot of talking. It's hard to say the right things, but I mean, the rest of the season's going to be like what our real character is, because reality is we're out of the Big 12 race, like that was our goal at the beginning of the season. But now it's like all we got is the guys in the locker room, and how we're going to respond the rest of the year is that's what our real character is, when adversity hits. So.
Jacob, how tough was that to get in a 24-0 hole, and then you look up and it's a one-possession game there late?
I mean, starting fast was the message all week, and I mean we did the opposite of that. So, and we got to take the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday practice to Saturday. I mean, it was plain and simple. We've preached starting fast, and then we come out and do this. It's like, I don't know.
When you cut it to 7, or when you all cut it to 7, what was the focus coming out on that drive to try to slow them down?
I mean, there was a whole lot of belief at that moment. We've done it before. We've proved we can come back against the wall. We proved we can come back and win ball games. But I mean, it was a must stop, and we just one guy short here, one guy short there. It's like just clean it up, execute.
What was there anything specific they were doing in the run game, or was it just blocking and?
I mean, it was just not sound in our execution of the game plan. So.
Is that guys not getting in their gaps, or what exactly was it?
Yeah, I mean, step slow, getting walled off, like not seeing a puller, not seeing this, not seeing that. It's like just a step slow or a gap slow, and gonna get you beat.
Frustrating that they scored 41 points, but if you look at Swordsman's numbers, you largely kept him in check, but yet still 41 points up. Frustrating for the game to kind of flow down.
Yeah, I mean, 41 points, that's a lot of points. You're not going to win many ball games giving up 41 points. And had over 200 rushing yards, and that's going to get you beat a lot of games, Like, I don't know, we just got to – little things was what we got. That was what got to speak today.
Jacob, was there an overriding message from Dave or whoever in the locker room after the game of where you go from here?
I mean, it's all about belief. That was what he kept hitting on. Like, he believes in us, and we believe in each other. And it's like all we got is the guys in that locker room. So, what are we going to do with these last 4 games?
Sound tackling and all that has been, or lack of it, has been a theme kind of throughout the year. Is there a disconnect between practice and game as to why it's not like carrying over? Does that make sense?
Yeah. I don't know. I think we're in the right spots. It's like playmakers make plays. Like, you just got to make your play when you're there. Run your feet. But no, I don't know.